everyone.
Shabbat.
It's great to see so many of you here, and I know with the rain, some people are filing in late, but we'll go and get started. We don't want to wait too long, but we hope everyone gets here safely, and it's wonderful to have all of you here as the cantor begins our service with Hine Matov. So we're honored this evening to celebrate Sophie and Sarah's Benot Mitzvah. So we call upon their proud mothers and any of our proud grandmothers who also would like to come up, or sisters. You guys are all welcome to come up and join our mothers as they present candlesticks to their daughters on the occasion of their Benot Mitzvah. We ask everyone now to please rise.
Our God
and God of our ancestors, may the rays of these Shabbat candles cast their glow upon the earth and bring the radiance of your light to all your creatures. Bless our daughters with your love and our home with the spirit of Shabbat. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
You may be seated. I invite you now to take out your prayer book, your Siddur Lev Shalem, and we turn to page 5 as the cantor continues in the service. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Borachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon.
Heaven shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea and its fullness roar. Yismechu hashemayim v'tagel haaretz. Page 14.
ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. ירום הים, ירום הים, ירום הים ומלואי. ירום הים, ירום הים, ירום הים ומלואי. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. Bottom 20. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו לך קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו לך קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו לך קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו וישתחוו לך קודשו.
Come, my beloved, to welcome the bride. Let us now greet Shabbat as she arrives. Lacha dodi likrat kala, page 23.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולתחילה ולתחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו בניך, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוך סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה. תוך ערוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
So please take a moment and welcome those around you with Shabbat Shalom.
You guys have the barfu with the multi-keys in it, right? The barfu is not the top one. It's the one with all the keys. A minor. Sorry. got the wrong set list open. Yeah. Steve said he's here. But if you may need a minute.
And now we invite those in mourning and those observing a yard site to remain standing for the words of the mourner's Kaddish, which is found in our prayer books on page 30. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divrach yiruteh v'yalmik malchuteh v'chayekon v'yomekon v'chayed dekol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam omea maya yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzba'ar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudusha b'richu Le'ela min kol perchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'miram b'yama v'yamru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yamru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yamru, amen. And I ask everyone to please rise as we continue with our service with the Baruch Hu, page 39.
Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated. With timeless love you have loved your people, the house of Israel. You have taught us Torah, mitzvot, statutes, and laws. Therefore, Adonai our God, as we lie down and as we rise up, we shall speak of your laws, rejoicing in the words of your Torah and your mitzvot forever and ever. Ahavat Olam, page 40. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Beit Yisrael. We turn to page 41 as our Benot Mitzvah lead us in the Shema.
ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקמך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטפטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We continue silently with the paragraphs on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Who is like you, Adonai, among the mighty? Who is like you, adorned in holiness, revered in praise, working wonders? Micha Mocha, page 44. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Oshmor tzitenu ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו, והכל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
We continue in our service now at the top of page 46 as our Benot Mitzvah lead us in Vashamru V'nei Yisrael. Now we rise, the middle of page 46. Now we continue silently, page 47 through page 52. Now we continue our prayers with a prayer for peace. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam V'Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amacha Tasim Shalom Rav al Kol Yoshvei Tevel
We continue to have our prayers for those in our families and our community who are ill at this time, and for those in Israel, for innocents, for soldiers, for those who are in need, whether they're there or here, as the cantor now leads us in a prayer of healing, a Misha Barak prayer. We continue now with the Kaddish Shalem on page 54, and you may be seated.
Yikadol v'yikadash merava, ve'amad yivrahirute, ve'amlich molchute, v'chayachonu v'yomechonu v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kari v'meru, amen. Yehesh meraba mevorach, le'olam lo me'omaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'oma v'yimeru, amen. Tid kabal salot chon ubaut chon dechol Yisrael, kodam avuchon devishmaya v'yimeru, amen. Yehi shlam araba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'ol kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Oh, say shalom b'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'ol kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen.
Shabbat Shalom. This week was tough for the Jews. It was tough on anyone who cares about Israel. On Tuesday, 21 IDF soldiers were killed when the building they were in Gaza was targeted by Hamas RPGs. 21 beautiful souls gone. Seems like everybody I know in Israel has a funeral to attend. And this week, of course, we waited with bated breath to see if Israel would be declared guilty of genocide, not the Hamas government/terrorist organization that states in its charter its intention to commit genocide. No, Israel. And as the days dragged on and the world awaited the ICJ ruling, I don't think I know many of our folks or our allies who felt optimistic. And of course, this morning we learned that it would be kind of a mixed bag. Surprisingly, the ICJ did not call for Israel to immediately desist in the war to recover the hostages, did not call for a ceasefire, which, if it had found clear proof of genocide, it would have done. And it also issued a statement that it is gravely concerned for the hostages taken on October 7th by Hamas and other armed groups and called for their immediate and unconditional release. It also said that Israel must increase the effort to prevent civilian casualties in Gaza, which shouldn't be hard since they've been doing so. That more humanitarian aid must be let through. They didn't mention whether or not Hamas could continue to shoot the Gazans who tried to access that aid. And that inflammatory statements by Israeli officials must be reined in. Just the Israeli ones. Nobody else. Okay. It's been a week. It's been a week for the Jews. Is anyone else tired? Anyone else tired? I'm tired. Are you tired? Yeah, I knew it wasn't just me. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of us having to prove to the world that we deserve to live just because we're Jews, even though we're Jews. I'm tired of having to be thrilled that the International Court of Justice did not outright declare Israel's actions to be genocide. I am tired of having to see headlines come out of Israel, yet more soldiers' deaths, more civilians in the north and the southern border regions under rocket attack and the threat of a land invasion. I'm tired. I am tired of the UN. Just this week, the Secretary General announced that he's going to skip the International Holocaust Remembrance Day event this year, held at Park East Synagogue, it's an Orthodox shul in the Upper East Side in New York. Because, if I can interpret his statement correctly, this year the whole thing is just a little too Jewish. Never mind that the UN Secretary General always goes to the International Holocaust Remembrance Day event. This year he said, it's just a little too Jewish. I'm tired. I'm tired of the fact that there are still 136 hostages held by Hamas and their thug buddies. Hostages whose posters at Harvard this week were vandalized with graffiti, written over the faces saying fake and 9/11 truth now. And on a poster with the baby Kfir Bibas, head still on. I'm tired this week. You guys, I'm tired. When will this long winter be over? When will the darkness cease and the sun shine again? Now, I'm not one of them, but there are those who believe there is no such thing as a coincidence. And this week, just yesterday, in fact, in the midst of a truly terrible week for the Jews, yesterday we celebrated a holiday, Tu B'Shvat. Now, if you missed it, there was an awful lot of hullabaloo going on, so you would be forgiven. And in fairness, it is what we call a minor holiday. This is not to demean it. It's just not a big deal. It's not like a high holiday, you know? We have 4 Jewish New Years. This is one of them. It's the New Year of the trees. Now, its roots, pun intended, thank you, go deep. About 2,000 years. Our ancient rabbis saying that was the day to tally all of your fruit tree tithes and bring them to the temple in Jerusalem, because that was where the center of Jewish life was 2,000 years ago in Israel, just saying. Anyway, in modern times, we don't have a temple. And Tu B'Shvat has become kind of a fun holiday. You know, you eat different fruits and you drink wine, maybe go clean up a park. And I'm not saying don't do those things. Those are good things to do. Those are good Jewish values. And look, I am someone who has led many a Tu B'Shvat Seder. I have brought plenty of groups to do park cleanups. I've created lots of fun kids programming, all centered around Tu B'Shvat. I've just always thought of it as kind of a fluffy holiday. If I'm being really honest, you know I strive for honesty with you. And I've always kind of struggled, honestly, to connect with it as a modern Jew, because look, the ancient rabbis who created it were very clear. It's about tithing the produce from your trees, but we don't do any of that stuff anymore. So it's hard not to think, what can I get out of this Tu B'Shvat experience? But this year, this week, this very tiring week, I got a whole new perspective on this holiday and a teaching I learned about Tu B'Shvat a long time ago. The ancient rabbis, 2,000 years ago, they were discussing it. They said, Shvat Rosh Hashanah Le'ilan, the month of Shvat is the new year for the trees. Matama. Why? Because it doesn't actually make any sense, darn it. It's the middle of winter out there. I don't know if you noticed. It's the middle of winter. You ever been to the Middle East? You know, the region the ancient rabbis spoke about, because that's where we're from. You ever been to Israel in January, February? Anyone? Is it lovely? Is it the best time of? No. Ugh. If someone said to me, Sarah, I'm going to go to Israel for the first time, what time of year should I go? I would not suggest midwinter. It's cold. It's really cold, and it's wet. Israel is like the rest of the Middle East. It's in its rainy season. And to that point, the trees right now, they look awful. No offense, but they're bare. There's no leaves. There's no fruit. They look cold. So why, in God's name, do we celebrate Tu B'Shvat, the holiday of fruits, of first new leaves, of new life on the trees, when they're totally barren? It's Rashi, that medieval French rabbi, with the answer. And I'd learned this a long time ago, but I'd never, internalized it, I guess. Rashi says that it's on Tu B'Shvat, the new year of the trees, celebrated in the dead of winter. It is on Tu B'Shvat that the sap starts to rise in the trees, unbeholden to the naked eye. From the outside, we see what looks like a leafless, fruitless tree. It's barren, dead. But on the inside, the energy, the lifeblood is flowing. You can't tell yet. To the outside world, those trees look beaten, but they know they are building their strength. They are preparing for spring, a spring so glorious. And it is then that they will bud, and they will blossom, and they will bloom. My friends, I know you are tired. I know because you tell me, and because I see it in your faces. I know because I feel it too. Tired of death, the death of all innocent people, tired of destruction, of injustice, tired of having to fight, tired of empty seats at dinner tables, tired of empty spaces in our hearts. But I think about the site of the Nova Massacre, the Peace and Music Festival that became the place of the slaughter of hundreds. And this week, for Tu B'Shvat, the JNF invited the families of the more than 360 murdered, as well as survivors and their loved ones, to return to that site in the Be'eri forest. That had been a protected space, a natural space for hiking and biking, free and open to anyone. And in this place that had once stood for peace and nature and love, and had since been so defiled, these survivors and families this week for Tu B'Shvat planted trees. This was not a big publicity event. It was okay if you didn't hear about it. There was no stage erected. There were no speeches given. It was just the families planting in near total silence. Yifat Dovadialowski, the chairwoman of JNF, later said, "In the place where they were slaughtered, new life will be planted." She said, planting trees symbolizes resilience and a steadfast commitment to life, even in the darkest of times. It's an embodiment of a community's determination to remember and to heal and to rebuild, transforming a space marked by tragedy into one of growth and renewal. How poignant and how poetic that these people who had lost so much would plant trees on Tu B'Shvat, the day we remember what appears from the outside to be beaten down and cold and defeated is on the inside gathering strength and is not dead but alive, and not just alive but preparing for a future not long from now that will be fruitful and glorious. Our enemies underestimate us, Hamas and all their ilk. They underestimate us, the Jewish people, our strength and our resilience. They forget that we stand on the shoulders of giants, all the generations that came before, your parents and your grandparents, and your great-grandparents, and every generation before them. We have all suffered terrible losses. But you are here because you are a descendant of survivors. Whether you were born of it or whether you came of your own free will, we are a community of survivors. It may look at times like we are beaten down, like we are down and out, that the world is against us and thus we will not prevail. But to be Jewish is to know, to celebrate Tu B'Shvat is to remember that how it appears to the outside is sometimes in opposition to what we know on the inside to be true. That we, all of us, possess the inner strength and the life energy that flows within, the knowledge that the future will be a glorious spring, even if it's a dark winter right now. This Tu B'Shvat, it is more imperative than ever before in my lifetime. It is more imperative than ever to remember our enemies' fatal mistake is that when they tried to bury us, they didn't know that we are seeds. Am Yisrael, Chai. Shabbat Shalom.
So as we do on Friday nights, let us now rise for Hatikvah. can remain standing now as we return to our prayer books for the Aleinu, found on page 56.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol latate gedula leotzer breshit shelo asanu kagoye ha'aratzot velo samanu kimishpachot ha'adama shelo samhalkenu kahem vegoralenu kechol hamona Va'anachnu korim umishtahabim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamochim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim beyoser aretz umoshev yekaro bashamayim imo ushchinatizo ushchinatizo begov hey Babecha, Ki Adonai, Hua Elohim, Bashamayim imo, Ve'al ha'aretz mitachat einod. Be'ne'emar, Bechaya Adonai, Lamelech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Hieh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
And now we invite all families in mourning to remain standing for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. And this week at Beth Yeshurun, we offer condolences to the families of Thelma Harwood, Ray Sampson, Sandra Wiener, Adele Goldman, and Gerald Beckman. Page 58. Yit Gadal, V'Yikadash Shemei Rabbah, V'Almad Divrach Yiruteh, V'Amlik Malchuteh, V'Chayechon, V'Yomechon, V'Chaye Dekol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalav Zman Kariv V'Yimru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'Olam Omei Amaya. Yitzbarach V'Yishtabach, V'Yitba'ar V'Yitroman V'Yitnaseh, V'Yitadar V'Yitalev V'Yitalal Shemei Dekurusha Brechu, Le'ela Minkol Berchata V'Shirata, Tishbechata V'Nechemata, Damiram V'Yama V'Yimru, Amen. Yehi Shlamba Rabbah Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'Yakol Yisrael V'Yimru, Amen. Osei Shalom B'Mromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'Yakol Yisrael V'Yimru, Amen. So we have a few anniversaries to celebrate this evening. First, we have one of our parents of our Benot Mitzvah celebrating their 20th anniversary, Randy and Howard Berman. So, of course, it's a great week, and it has been a good year. You both turned 50, and your son Sammy started college, and where he's studying finance, and Sophie becoming, of course, a bat mitzvah. And Howard, your company continues to help patients with neurodegenerative diseases and other important diseases that people need help with today. So it's good to see that you're doing well for the community and the world, and the two of you and your family continues to grow, and only more simchas such as this weekend as you celebrate 2 decades of marriage. Mazel tov. Celebrating their 30th anniversary, Jeannie and Gary Wormuth. Mazel tov. Jeannie and Gary, you feel very blessed this year to celebrate four wonderful children and 5 grandchildren. And I had opportunity to bless some of them this year. It was a good year, a beautiful family, and growing family. It's hard to believe how fast they're growing as you celebrate 3 decades of marriage. Mazel tov, happy 30th anniversary. And celebrating their 39th anniversary, Michael and Jane Pappert. Mazel tov. And the two of you was also a very, very good year as your son Kason got married to Megan. I know it was a wonderful ceremony and a beautiful opportunity to celebrate with your growing family as you celebrate 39 years of marriage. Continued blessings. Mazel tov. And celebrating their 53rd anniversary, Blaine and Joan Land. Mazel tov. It was a great year for you as well. We had the honor of taking you on our Beth Yeshurun trip to Israel, and we look forward to having you again this June on our Beth Yeshurun trip. I look forward to being with you guys in Eretz Yisrael as you celebrate 53 years of marriage. Only continued peace and blessings and good health. Mazel tov. Now, speaking of Mazel tovs, we celebrated your 39th anniversary a minute ago, and there's another very, very special blessing in the Pappert family. As our friend Jerry Pappert this weekend turns 90. So Jerry, Mazel tov. And Jerry, I love not only your family and how much they love you, your family here, and of course in Austin and other places, but you always try to give back in your own way. And so many Fridays, Jerry comes here and volunteers in our office. He answers the phones, does whatever he can. He's done it for many, many years. Not as much now as you used to, but you still always love having you here. I know how much everyone loves having you here at Beth Yeshurun. And what a wonderful blessing this weekend as you celebrate this entire weekend, and especially on Sunday, as you officially turn 90 years old. Mazel tov. And so together as a community tonight, we want to sing you happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You're 90? That's amazing. Happy birthday to you.
Mazel tov again. Only continue simchas, Jerry. So just a couple quick announcements I'm going to share with you. There's 2 opportunities for you to go to Israel in the next several months. Our Federation of Houston is sponsoring a solidarity mission to Israel. It's a 4-day trip, February 25th, the end of February. Sign-ups just began. You can find out more information on the Federation website. And of course, we're going to take another trip. We weren't planning on it, but because of the situation, we're offering a Beth Yeshurun solidarity mission to Israel this June. We already have 20 people signed up, so I'm very honored. And including Kenner Goldman and her husband Chris are going to be joining us. And my wife Lisa and I, of course, will be there, and many Beth Yeshurun members. And so if you're interested, there's information in our handout and on our website, or just to come to any of us and ask. We'd love to have you with us. It'll be a very different type of trip to Israel than I've taken in the past. This will be a chance to volunteer, to meet survivors, to bear witness, and so we can do what we can to show our brothers and sisters in Israel that we are thinking of them and doing all we can during this time to help them. Next Friday night, we have our Tat Shabbat with Rabbi Fort, and we have our annual Sisterhood Shabbat, where Kenner Goldman's going to be giving the sermon. So I'm looking forward to that. And that will be for our Sisterhood Shabbat a week from tonight. And speaking of Kenner Goldman, you may remember last year we had our first annual Rock Shabbat. And we had about 1,000 people in the Barak Sanctuary. It was a lot of fun. This year, to kick off the Houston Rodeo on February 23rd, we are going to have our first annual Kenner Goldman Country Shabbat. So it should be a lot of fun. I've already heard some of the songs that you're doing. I'm looking forward to it. It's a perfect way to kick off the Rodeo Chili Cook-Off weekend in the rodeo. So make sure to be here February 23rd in the Barak Sanctuary. I know it's going to be a fun night for all of us that evening. We have a lot coming up in February and in March, so please look at the handout. There's a lot of great information, stuff going on here, and of course in the community. And finally, and most importantly, tonight, I want to wish a special mazel tov to the Berman and Levy family, and Sophie and Sarah, on your Benot Mitzvah. Beautiful job tonight. Let's give them it's great to have you all with us. It's hard to believe you are the last ones in this family. You've had three. Your siblings look great. I know how proud they are of you and how good they did. I know you're going to be just as good tomorrow as you officially become Benot Mitzvah in our Barak Sanctuary beginning at 9:30 a.m. You guys did great tonight, and how nice it is for all of us to see the two of you grow up as good friends, and as you celebrate a weekend you'll always remember. So mazel tov again on becoming Benot Mitzvah. And so we're ready to bring our service to a close, and I'd like to call up all of Sophie and Sarah's friends to come up to the bima, and all of our children that are with us and their siblings are also welcome to come up, as though you help them conclude our service with the Kiddush and Hamotzi. And as our children come up to the bima, we bless our sons, Yisimcha, Elohim, Ke'Ephraim, and Ke'Menashe. May God bless our sons like Ephraim and Menashe. And our daughters, we say Yisimech, Elohim, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. May God bless our daughters like Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah. And may God bless all of our children with shalom, with peace always. And let us say, Amen. And now please rise for the Kiddush and Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, veratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, ve'ahav ratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishich, ki hu yom tehillah, lemikrayei kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'harta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Good Shabbat.